Over $600 trillion starts to flow straight into the XRP ledger in just one day, with XRP rising to $137 per XRP. This is going to happen, and it will happen within the next 24 hours, right in front of our eyes. Probably significantly less in the next 8 to 12 hours when the largest introduction and influx of funds into the XRP ledger and into XRP will occur. Not millions, not billions, but trillions of dollars are what we're talking about, claimed to be swiftly occurring and flowing straight into the XRP ledger. Naturally, when demand is that high, there comes one of the biggest supply shocks we have ever witnessed, which will really push the price of XRP above $137.98. You could think I'm insane, but the truth is that several CEOs have brought up this point. Most notably Ripple Labs CEO, that's Brad Garlinghouse, literally. Indeed, Brad Garlinghouse has openly stated that he thinks XRP will surpass Ethereum and emerge as the second largest cryptocurrency in the near future. Bitcoin comes close behind us. Incredibly, XRP has been experiencing glitches on multiple exchanges for the past 24 hours. We are discussing CoinMarketCap, KuCoin, and Binance. There has been a significant XRP pricing malfunction on all of these exchanges, which has caused XRP to occasionally soar from as high as, say, $9,800 to $50. We are discussing Gemini, one of the biggest centralized exchanges in the world. About a year ago, when XRP was first launched, there was a significant supply shock. Furthermore, we are discussing billions, not 650 trillion, as is going to occur in the next 24 hours. However, XRP experienced such a severe supply shock at that time that the price of XRP increased from 50 cents to over $50, and actual transactions took place at that price, allowing users to purchase and sell XRP for $50. This is crazy, and something much more substantial is going to happen, which will cause the price of XRP to rise above 137.98. Because this video is so crucial, you must watch it through to the very end. Before we get tired, we've actually partnered with almost every viewer of this video to offer XRP for up to $100. I will therefore leave all of the links underneath the description. This is a very essential video, so I don't want to bore you, but the links are below. You could become a multimillionaire in the next 24 hours, so keep a watch on the price of XRP. According to analysis, you would have made well over $1 million if you had invested $10,000 in XRP in 2016 and had not sold it. For instance, in this clip, it is from 2020 or 2021, not the present. If you had invested $10,000 in XRP in 2016, you would have made nearly $300,000. As you can see, we are so near to 700,000 that we are already discussing $1.7 million. And that was in 2016. The cost has significantly increased since then. If you invested $10,000 in XRP back in 2016, you're probably close to $2.3 million. However, you now have yet another fantastic opportunity to use the XRP literature and XRP as a result to build wealth for future generations. Look at that then. It's likely worth $3.7 million now, but it ends up being over $3.2 million if you acquired it in 2016. And once more, the chance has resurfaced. You have the chance to be among the first individuals to invest in the XRP ledger and subsequently become a multimillionaire. In the end, $650 trillion could theoretically flow onto the XRP ledger in a matter of hours. This is your opportunity, and it's taking place through RealFi, a huge company that lets you purchase real estate straight on the XRP ledger. We're also discussing homes worth millions of dollars. That's what you can now obtain. Properties worth millions of dollars. You can purchase it directly with the actual token on the XRP ledger. Real tokens are currently soaring. In just 3 or 4 months, we're talking about it going from 1/100th of a penny to more than 4 cents. It has increased by 14% over the past day and will continue to rise sharply as we approach the goal of opening the enormous $650 trading market. This is a huge deal right now, but it gets much more bizarre. Since the real token is only listed on the global centralized exchange max for a few hours, it will be possible for over 40 million people to trade and purchase the real token, opening the door to a daily transaction volume of over $5 billion. Why is this a huge problem then? Since there was no marketing push, no centralized exchange listings, and the exit bill is simply very difficult to purchase or transact with, real tokens went from a hundredth of a penny to over 4 cents in just 3 to 4 months. Imagine now that real token is listed on a centralized exchange. The cost will skyrocket, not to mention that real token is resolving a problem worth billions of dollars. Furthermore, real token's total supply is among the lowest. In fact, it is by far the lowest. Phase 1 supply was 20 million, 22 million, and we're talking about a maximum of 1 billion. That is insignificant. That is insignificant. And it has advanced to the point where there are numerous analysts and specialists. Because there is so little supply, it would cost more than $65,000 to raise the price of XRP, making that 1% of the $650 trillion market. It sounds crazy that this occurred once more. The CEO of Brighton, Clunkers, and Ripple will be attending a global banking meeting alongside industry titans BlackRock and JP Morgan. However, RealFi will receive 1% of the $650 trillion market. And since RealFi uses the real token, 1% of that market will be scared away by $65,000. Now, consider this. If someone were to purchase a $10,000 genuine ticket due to the current scarcity, the price could rise from $0.3 to $10, $20, $30, or $40, creating riches for future generations. Now, picture that on a large scale. That's the potential. In real tokens, a daily transaction volume of $100,000 might literally push the price up to $700 or $800. And even though that might be a bit much, it could end up reaching $300, which is a significant amount. The $100,000 day transaction volume is what it is. It's crazy that every single asset project, or indeed the most of real-world asset projects that are listed on centralized changes, now reach a market cap of about $100 billion. Now, if this happened to real tokens, we could see them reach 10,000 or even 7,000, which is crazy considering that each real token is only worth 324 cents, which could translate into $10, $20, or even $30,000 with such a small market cap because its supply is even smaller. That's a significant amount, and it indicates that funds will be allocated to initiatives like the real token and wealth creation. Now, of course, I'm buying the dip, I'm buying a massive, and it's not actually skyrocketing, but I'm buying a real token, which is extremely bullish, and the price can continue to soar. We're only 2 minutes away from listing, so I'm going to release this video, and your goal is to try and jump on as soon as you can. Do your research because obviously it's not financial advice. You know it's not a financial advisor, but do your research because the sooner you do it, the more opportunities you have for it to surge and skyrocket. We are now discussing that possibilities. Naturally, this is the same possibility that we are discussing as individuals who began investing in Bitcoin at $1 and began at $20,000. There's a chance that the price of XRP will rise, but it's currently live on Max, and the price is clearly rising in an extremely positive manner. Guys, let's take a look at this as the price keeps rising, up 104%. Once more, this is quite bullish. This is crazy. It's the entire market. Therefore, it's obviously your chance. I believe we are approaching a point where this will essentially be the largest bull market we have ever seen before a severe down market. Peace, and I'll see you later.